guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and this video has been long overdue, but I'm here to give you guys the lowdown on my breast augmentation and lift surgery and an arm lift I had in Turkey. If you're here from TikTok, hey girl, hey. So I'm just gonna give you I don't want this video to be too long, so just a quick gist. I took down some notes already just so I can be organized and we could get this done real quick. I can give you guys the information and we can go from there. So I'll put all the important links and whatever in the description. You can ask me questions on here, on TikTok, on my Instagram. I have my TikTok and Instagram on the screen, so I'm happy to answer any questions. So this is how this video is going to go, okay? So I'm going to start with the process of planning the surgery, how I went about that. Then we're going to talk about actually getting the surgery. And then the third point is going to be post-op. The pain, the process of healing, all of that stuff. So I got my surgery on the 29th of May 2022 and today is the 13th of August, so it's just over 2 months from surgery. So I'm just over 2 months post-op. And yeah, so I had been planning to get my surgery done for maybe about 6 to 8 months before I actually booked in for the surgery. I lost a lot of weight. I lost about a little bit over 150 pounds. So as you can imagine, gravity happened. As well as that is I lost all of my boobs due to weight loss, and literally all I had was skin, and that was that. So I definitely knew I wanted that fixed. I wanted it gone. So yeah, I had initially planned to do my surgery with a different company, but the process of getting that together was just far too long. And at the time I was having a conversation with my friend about the procedure. So she actually told me about another girl who had got the procedure done and basically linked me with the clinic and the surgeon that did her surgery. So I got my surgery done with Vanity Clinic in Turkey. I will leave their Instagram in the description as well. I of course found out about them through my friend, so I contacted them through, I think, Instagram at first, but I didn't get a response. So I went on their website where I got a WhatsApp number. So I messaged that WhatsApp number, and within like a week or so, I think it was like a week, it took a minute, could be like 2 days or so. It wasn't immediate, but it wasn't that long. But I got a response from one of their associates who was just asking me the specific procedure that I wanted and basically gave me a price. Now I know that they've had a price change since I've had my surgery, but they are also doing certain exclusive deals and discounts. But I'll give you the price that I was quoted at the time that I had contacted them. So I had contacted for breast lift with implants and an arm lift, which is like there's a word for brachioplasty, or I don't know, but an arm lift essentially. So the breast lift with implants was quoted at 3,750 euros and the arm lift at 2,250 euros. So that's 3,750 and 2,250 euros. I did get together, I think that's like 6,000. I did get a promotion, a small promotion discount, so I did pay less than that, but that was the actual price that I was quoted at the time. So I do think that there has been a price increase, so that might not be the exact price right now, but that was the price I was quoted back then. Great. So then I contacted I was talking to the associate, and then I had to send them pictures of my body at the time. Yeah, so I had, like, from weight loss, of course, I had loose skin on my underarm and, of course, my chest. So I got the details for that, how the procedure was going to go, and I did prior research by watching YouTube videos and reading stuff online. So I already kind of had an idea and kind of had an understanding of the procedure and knew the size I wanted. And I didn't get the size I wanted, but I'm fine with, I'll get into that later. But I kind of knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted, so I already came, like, prepared. So when I was giving her my information, I was coming with facts of what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. I came with what I wanted. So yeah, I gave that information, and I then asked, I don't know if the surgeon that I actually ended up getting was the surgeon that my friend's friend had told her about at the time. I'm not sure, but I ended up with a surgeon, Dr. Ahan Erdal. I'll put his name on the screen. I can't really pronounce it, but he, I had a friend who got breast reduction surgery just right before me, and she went to the exact same doctor. He did an amazing job with her, so I went in knowing that he knew what he was doing. Okay, and he has no debt rates. That's what I was told at the time. He had no debt rates. So no one had ever died on his table. But more importantly, the main fact that I was told that made me comfortable going there was that every breast surgery he had done, they regained nipple sensation or nipple feeling. Because from my research, I found that one of the main side effects from breast surgery was the numbness of the nipple and never getting to feel your nipple again and so forth. And I didn't want that. So the main factor that made me was like, yeah, I want him, was the fact that every surgery he had ever done, they regained nipple feeling. So that was that. So I paid the deposit, I locked in the date, and that was that. So the price included the surgery, included hotel for the entire stay. So I had to stay there for a week, exactly a week. So the price that was quoted included the surgery, the hotel, transfers from the airport to the hospital to the hotel, and whatever transfer you needed while you were there that was related to the procedure. So, like, for hospital appointments and so forth, you got the transfer included. It also included breakfast in the hotel, COVID test, because you have to do a COVID test when you arrive, of course, medication, and one set of surgery garments. So, you know, the garments you wear after surgery, like the compression bra, the arm compression, all of those are included in the price. Flights are not included. I did book my own flight from Dublin to Turkey. I flew with Turkish Airways, whatever. That was pretty easy. So yeah, getting the surgery set up and all of that was pretty easy. That was like the easiest part. They're very quick to respond. Everything was done pretty easily. I had no issues, had no struggle setting up the surgery. I was comfortable enough. Of course, it is surgery, so I was nervous, but I was comfortable going because, again, I had a friend who had already gone, so her experience was great, so I knew my experience. I mean, your experience can never be the same as other people, but because I knew someone personally that had the surgery done, not the exact same surgery, but had the experience with the surgeon already, I went there fairly comfortable. Okay, that's that. So now actually get into Turkey. So I landed in Turkey. So my surgery was on the 29th. On the 20, was it the 29th or the 28th? Let me look at my calendar, because then I can see. It's been a while now. Okay, yeah. Actually, my surgery was on the 28th. Correction. My surgery was on the 28th of May. So I flew out to Turkey on the 27th. I landed in Turkey in the evening, and we got the airport transfer from their nice branded vans, and that was like the same van. Well, it wasn't the same. They have multiple, but they're all branded. It's really pretty, very nice. I flew out with my mom. It felt very luxury, you know. I tried to vlog my trip there. That didn't work out. It was, listen, this was an experience. It didn't work out. The vlogging thing didn't work out. I did get a few um, clips here and there that I'll put in of the trip. But anyway, so we got picked up from the airport, and we drove straight to a hospital, a clinic or a hospital, I'm not sure. Getting there, I actually thought that was Vanity Clinic. I didn't see the name Vanity anywhere, but it was a really, really pretty hospital or clinic or whatever. And what I was doing there was getting my COVID test done and blood test done. I suppose it's just general blood test for pre-surgery tests. It didn't take time at all. I was literally in and out. That was it. And from the hospital or clinic or wherever we were at, I was taken back to check into my hotel and get dinner and a good night's rest, because of course my surgery was the next day. I had to stop eating by 11 p.m. that evening. So got back to the room. The room was very comfortable. I had no complaints. The hotel was lovely. They had swimming pool, gym, sauna, spa. It was myself and my mom. My mom came with me, so we had a twin room, so that's 2 beds, a bathroom. I don't know if I did a room tour, but if I did, I'll insert it somewhere. I can't remember if I did. But the hotel was really nice. The food was really, really good at the hotel. Like, we literally ate at the hotel every single day. We never ate out because it was really, really cheap. Like, food in Turkey, it is so freaking cheap. Even room service, it was so freaking cheap. So we always ate at the hotel. Very nice. So I had dinner, went to bed, and the next morning I was picked up from the hotel at 7 a.m., 7:15 a.m., something like that, and was then taken to Vanity Clinic, which is their own branded clinic. It was a lovely clinic as well. I did take a clip of that, so I'll show you guys here. Really pretty. It's like purple and white. It's really pretty. They were still building. I think it's a fairly new clinic building. I don't know if that's their only clinic, but I could see that they were doing some works outside, so and it looked fairly new. So I think, or maybe they were doing a touch up, I don't know. But it was a pretty clinic. Got to the lobby, they took our information. I was actually picked up. It was myself and another lady from Canada. She was doing a different procedure. I think she was doing like a rhinoplasty nose job, but it was the same doctor. So we got there together. We had a little chit chat, and yeah, so I got there. They took our information, and I met my coordinator, Fatih, he was amazing, very funny guy, great banter, good guy. So I got to the clinic, met my coordinator, they took our information, and my coordinator then took me to my hospital room, which is where I was going to be staying for that day and the night, because I wasn't going to be discharged till the next day. So we got, like, the clinic isn't far from the hotel. We stayed at a hotel called Mercure, something like that. And the clinic was literally like a 7-minute drive. It wasn't far at all. So yeah, I did take a tour of the hospital room, so I'll show you guys here. Get changed into my surgical gown, and then I got to finally meet my surgeon. So I was meeting my surgeon for the first time, speaking to him for the first time the morning of my surgery. And just to add, I had actually mentioned to my coordinator that I wanted to go first that day to get my surgery, because of course he had other patients, but I really wanted to go first because I didn't want to sit around in the hospital waiting for my turn hours and hours, and the suspense is building. So I already asked, may I go first? And he said, yeah, you're up first. I was like, great. So I got to see the doctor first, and the doctor, he's a nice guy. He doesn't talk much. But you know what? His work is good, so I don't have no problems. But like he's a bit straight faced, like doesn't talk too much, doesn't smile too much. But he did answer all my questions. Yeah, he answered all my questions, took my measurements, took pictures, and then we went on to the discussion of size and the procedure, what type of procedure he was going to do. So in terms of size, I, at the point of losing all my weight, had nothing except skin. So I don't even think I was an A cup. I had nothing, but I knew that I wasn't trying to go really, really big. Honestly, I was kind of set on a B cup, like B, C at most. So I did relay that to my doctor, to the surgeon, pardon me, who also agreed that smaller size would obviously be better for me because I'm quite small at the moment. I have quite a small frame. Big boobs would have been too much. So he had suggested 200 at 50 cc's for the implant, the silicone implant at most. That was, as he said, 200, 220. What did he say? I think he said 200, 225, 250 would be the biggest he was going to do, because I would insert pictures of what I look like. These are pictures that I took the day of the surgery, my pre-surgery pictures, and you can see that those titties were hanging. Their arms, it was hanging. So we agreed to go with 225 cc's. So I got 225 cc's of implants put in, and the implants, I didn't get any pictures of them, and I really should have, but they were like they were silicone, but they were like the teddy, you know, they have like the smooth feel one. These were like the teddy feeling outer coat ones. They're like, I think they call them teddy, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try and find it. If I find information about it, I'll put it on the screen or in the description. But it's like the soft teddy feel implants, which, if you know much about like Turkish surgeons, those are the most used ones that they use in Turkey anyway. I know in America they tend to use the smooth like feel implants, but they do use, I think, mostly the teddy one. That's what the surgeon told me anyway. He goes for like the teddy feel, which I was fine with. I had no issues. I just specifically wanted silicone implants, but silicone implants was the only type of implant he did anyway. So that was that. So we agreed on 225 cc's under the muscle. Of course, like I said, I had loose skin from weight loss. So for me, above the muscle would have caused more, would have made me sag a lot quicker, like because my skin is no longer elastic. I have of course it's loose skin, so it doesn't have elasticity. That's what whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. It didn't have a lot of that, so it was going to drop quite a bit if I was to go above the muscle. So we did agree for under, and before going there I knew I wanted under the muscle as well. I believe the main difference with under the muscle is that under the muscle makes it look more natural and it is more painful. That's what the surgeon told me. He was like, oh, it's going to be a little bit more painful, but besides that, oh, and the gap in between, there's a little bit more gap in between when you go under the muscle. But he did recommend under the muscle for me, and I was in agreement because that's what I wanted anyway. The incision, he was gonna go around the nipple, down and across. Again, I had loose skin, so of course they had to take that and tighten it and like put the put the nipple in place once that excess skin was removed. I'm not sure how much excess skin was removed or if any was removed, because again, I didn't have anything besides skin, and he did have to fit the implants in, so I don't think that much skin was taken off, but he did have to, you know, cut and put everything back in place. And then for my arm, I don't want to forget my arm. For my arm, he just kind of marked it up and kind of gave me a realistic expectation, which honestly, it turned out better than I was expecting, so I was fine. So he had marked from here down to like just beside my boobs, a little bit lower, because I did have a little bit of loose skin just underneath my armpits. So he just said he'll go in and get all of that as well. So that was that. I went back to my room then after speaking with the surgeon, and you know, the nurses came in to take blood and put the catheter in my arm. And I briefly got to meet my anesthesiologist. I didn't get to speak to her. I did request to speak to her, so I just had a few questions, nothing really major, but it was pretty straightforward. You know, she took my weight, my height, and that was it, pretty much. And then the nurses came. They gave me an injection that made me kind of drowsy as they wheeled me over to the operating room. I was kind of in and out. I was kind of in a daze. I suppose it's to like sedate you a little bit, so if you're kind of freaking out, you can relax, which is a good idea. So I said bye to my mom and I was wheeled to the operating room. And then of course they give you the anesthesia, tell you to count back to 10, count from 10, or no, count to 10, and it's literally like 1, 2, and you're out. The surgeon had told my mom that the surgery was going to be about 2.5 hours on average, but I was taken in for my surgery at about 9 o'clock. And from my memory, I think I was out or up anyway at like 1:30. So it was like 5 hours. My mom was freaking out, but I think that's normal. From what I saw, from videos that I watched, I think that's like a normal, because you know, they had to do the arm and the breast surgery together. So of course it was going to take a little bit extra time. And waking up from the surgery, Lord, the pain. I remember like a nurse like pat me, Janet, and like me waking up and instantly like just feeling pain, because they were trying to get me to move from the bed that they wheeled me into the room with onto like the main bed in the room, and me just like in pain. And she was like, can you move? And I was going in and out, because of course the anesthesia hadn't worn off yet, so I was still going in and out of sleep. But I remember feeling pain in like my chest, not my arm, but just my chest, and like trying to move, and it's just being really painful. So they put me on the main bed, and I guess I fell asleep. I was kind of going in and out of sleep for like the next couple hours. I didn't look at my phone, I didn't look at the time, so I don't even know how long it was. I just remember being in pain and coming in and out of sleep for a couple hours. And I was given pain medication, which made it a lot easier. So I was in pain initially waking up, and then when I woke up, of course, I got cold. There's like when you wake up from anesthesia, there's like, you just get cold. Like I was shaking, and they like put a heater under like the blanket I had, and like put some more blanket on top of me to kind of warm me up. And I was given painkillers, which really strong through the catheter. Painkillers that go right in. Drink water first. So I drank water, because I obviously hadn't drank any water since the night before. And then they brought in food, and I had zero appetite after surgery. I had zero appetite, but of course I was on strong painkillers, which guys, I do not recommend. When they bring food for you to eat, eat it. Eat the food. eat the freaking food. Because when I got up at like 9 p.m., I had to use the bathroom. I got up to use the bathroom. Guys, I was so like, I nearly fainted. Like, it was so bad. I was drenched in sweat. And I'm not someone that sweats at all. But literally, I was like, the sweat, it looked like someone was holding like a hose over my head. Like, I was sweating because I obviously was so low on blood sugar. I had zero energy and I was on really, really strong painkillers. As soon as I was so scared. Like, as soon as I had that experience, I just started eating. I started eating. The food, of course, in the hospital is not great. They gave me like bread and butter with like some cold vegetables and cucumbers and tomatoes, that kind of stuff. I didn't eat any of that, but I did eat the bread. I ate like bread and butter and drank my water. Oh, they gave me soup. I think right after surgery they bring soup out to you. I didn't eat any of that. Like, I hadn't eaten all freaking day, and that was a very big mistake. So when they bring food, eat it. So getting up to go to the bathroom was hell. The main things after surgery that you feel is weight on your chest and pain from like sitting up and laying back down. It's just a lot of pressure because, of course, like, there is foreign objects put in your chest, basically, and your body is trying to get used to it. It was a lot. I didn't feel any pain in my arm. That was like the easiest part. I even forgot that I had surgery done on my arm. Like, I completely forgot I had surgery done on my arm. All my attention and all the feeling and all the pain was straight up right here. Like, it was something. It was something. It wasn't fun. It was not fun. It was something. Like, in the hospital, because I was on painkillers like basically the entire time I was there, it was easier. But it was something. And the doctor came in, of course, at some point during the day to like tell me that everything went well. The surgery was perfect. Nothing happened. It was eventful surgery. That means like everything went fine. He didn't go into any type of cardiac arrest or anything like that. So there was a thumbs up for him. He obviously checked my boobs and my incision. They call it, what do they call it again? I can't remember. Tracing something. And he was pressing and he was like, oh, soft, good. Because, of course, after surgery, it's typical that your boobs are quite hard, but mine weren't hard. So he was like, oh, they're soft. Great. Checked my incision size. Everything was good. I didn't actually get to see my boobs like for a few days, which when I went back to the doctor for a checkup, he was very surprised that I wouldn't just like check. I had like a really bad reaction, like emotionally, to getting my boobs done. Because obviously, like I said, going in, I didn't want anything too big, and I was quite swollen, and I knew I'd be swollen, but even with the swelling, it still looked a lot bigger than what I had in mind for myself. I thought it looked really big, and I could feel the implant in my chest, and I just had like, I just wasn't happy. But I think like there's emotional or psychological aspect to getting surgery that I didn't premeditate. Like, I didn't expect, but I went through. Like, I was not happy, which is so crazy because I wanted this surgery done for such a long time, but I wasn't happy. And it wasn't that he didn't do the surgery well or my boobs didn't look good, but it just didn't feel, I didn't feel like I was in my own body. I don't want to make this video about that. So if you guys want to know more about the emotional or psychological or whatever aspect to the surgery, I'll let you know, because it's important to consider that and premeditate that might happen to you after the surgery. There are some people that it doesn't happen to. I myself, it did happen to. Watching a few other people, I heard some people say you know, they woke up and they were like, what the hell? Some people woke up and they were like, oh my God, love it. Everybody is different. I didn't have the best emotional reaction afterwards. But anyway, so I was discharged from the hospital the next day. I had to walk, actually, the night before. I had to take like just a few steps. And that night, the next day in the morning, I had to take more steps. And then I was discharged, picked up by the transfer, and taken back to the hotel. I didn't see my doctor that morning. I only saw him the day before. And then I was taken back to the hotel. So leaving the hospital, I was given of course, I had on the compression for my boobs, compression for my arm. And I was also given the boxes that the implants were in, but I don't know what my mom did with that. I think she kind of tossed it out. I don't know. What else was I given? I was given a medication. So you're given antibiotics and what else? Antibiotics, painkillers, the strong painkillers, and antibiotic cream, which you don't even have to use for 4 weeks till like 4 weeks after surgery, but you're given that as well when you're leaving the hospital anyway. And so yeah, I got back to the room, and that's when the real healing began. That is when you felt like you just did surgery. Trust me, it was something. Because of course in the hospital they had like the beds that you could remote control, like lift up to get up easier, or like pull down to lay back down. But when you're in the hotel, like my mom used pillows to kind of elevate me, because you do have to sleep on your back elevated for like, at least you have to sleep on your back for like 6 weeks, then you can sleep on your side. But you have to be elevated at least the first week, like just a little bit, because it is so uncomfortable to lay all the way flat. So getting up and laying down were the bane of that surgery. It was so painful and so hard. And of course I had my arm done as well, and I was literally like, I was standing like this. I have a picture of myself and I look hate, so I don't know if I'm gonna post it, but I was literally like moving like this. You will absolutely need someone to help you for at least the first week after surgery. You cannot do it yourself. You can't put your arms up at all. So like putting on clothes or brushing your hair or even washing your face, washing your legs, you're going to need someone to help you stand up, help you wipe your behind after you do a number 2. Yes. Actually, I found a trick to that. You can wipe from the front. I don't know if that's TMI, but you can wipe from the front. If you end up having to do this alone and you're like, how the hell? Don't wipe obviously towards, wipe backwards, but rather than front side, backwards. That's the trick. But anyway, yes, you will need someone to help you. You will need someone to take care of you. Very important, because you're not going to be able to do it yourself. You're not going to be able to do it yourself. You're going to need someone to help you. But yeah, so yeah, that was straight out of surgery. What else? I wrote notes and I'm not even looking at it. What else is there? Post-op medication, checkup. Yeah, so you're not able to shower for the first, until you go back and get your bandages changed, because of course you're bandaged up and put in the compression, and you have to keep those on until you go for your checkup, and you can't take a shower or anything. So I had my surgery done on Saturday. I went back on Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday or Wednesday. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? So I flew back home on the Friday. So Wednesday, yeah. So on the Wednesday, I went back to the hospital to do a control. That's what they call it. When they do the checkups, they call it control. Where they check, it's called a control. That's what they kept saying. Oh, quick control. But anyway, I went back to the hospital where the doctor took off the bandages and looked at it, took some more pictures, and put these like waterproof bandages on. that allowed you to be able to shower. You couldn't take long showers or really hot showers, but you could, at least you could shower, and I needed a shower child. So again, you're gonna need someone to help you in the shower. You're gonna need help. I keep trying to tell you, you're gonna need someone to help you in the shower. But that was that. I took pictures. My mom, I didn't really get to see everything. I was in a weird headspace. I wasn't even trying to see, but my mom saw everything and she was like, yeah, it looks good. So that was fine. After that, I was then taken back to the hotel, and that was the last time that I got to see or speak to the doctor. So I saw him the day of the surgery and then the day of the checkup and bandage changes. So I saw him that day, and I actually bought another pair of the compression bra in a size smaller, just because with the swelling your boobs does go, it does, obviously the swelling reduces and the size reduces. So you don't have to, but I did. I bought an extra pair just because it was easier, and honestly it wasn't even that pricey. So I bought it there. Anyway, went back to the hotel, took a shower, and I just chilled until Friday, where I was picked up again and taken to the airport to travel. And it was pretty easy. Like there were, of course, the Istanbul airport is huge, huge. So it was a lot of walking, but I didn't really mind the walking. I was on the painkillers as well, which those painkillers are strong, child. Like I would be waking up in the middle of the night, like not even from a nightmare, but just like freaking out. It made me hallucinate. I stopped using those after a week. I used them for the first week, then that had to go. But after the first week, the pain is reduced by a lot. So really, I only felt pain after a week, like laying down, getting up. That was it. So I stopped using the painkiller after a week. But I'm gonna fly, got back to Dublin, got picked up from the airport. It was easy. I would say like the first couple weeks. So like the first, what should I say? The first 2 weeks of surgery, after surgery, are obviously the toughest. You're still very tired, still very sore, still emotionally all over the place. So if you need time off work, and I got time off work, I work from home. At the time I was working from home like 4 days out of 5 days a week. So I was only going into the office once a week. But the week after surgery, I worked from home the entire week. So I took 1 week off of work, and then coming back, I worked from home for another week, and I just worked from my bed. So that was okay. I would say if you have to go into work every day of the week, take 2 weeks off. You're going to need it. Especially if it's like, if you have very physical job, you're probably gonna need a lot more. But if your job is just sitting on the desk and typing, I'd say if you were doing both the arm and the boobs and the arm surgery, you probably need 2 full weeks off. Maybe everybody heals differently, of course. But I mean, it's just typing. So I was able to work from my bed and just type and just kind of have like lay elevated and kind of slanted and just kind of have my arm rested on a pillow and just type. So that was fine. Yeah, and then I was back going into work like once a week the week after, and that wasn't too bad. Of course, I had to like carry my laptop and stuff, so I put it in a backpack rather than a handbag, because you're not able to lift a lot of heavy stuff. You're not able to lift heavy things at all after surgery. So I had it in a backpack, which was easier to obviously carry. What else? Yeah, that was, I don't know, what else can I say? That was it. You're able to, they encourage you to go for walks every day, but you're not able to like do any exercise till a month after surgery. So after a month, you're able to do cardio, return back to cardio workouts. I just started going on walks every day, or most days. and then after 2 months you're able to go back to the gym and like fully, you're able to return fully back to all activities. So I'm back to the gym now, like back to weights, everything. Like right now I am fully, like I'm able to do everything. So I would say like for 4 weeks after surgery, I wasn't able to raise my arm. I wasn't able to raise my arm up completely. Like it took me a while to be able to like put my arm all the way up. And I can do that now, of course, but it did take a while. But now, like I would say like after a month, I was able to put my arm up, and now I'm able to pretty much do everything. Like I'm back to normal, and my incisions healed superb. Really, 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 really freaking happy with my results. My surgeon, my boobs are bigger than what I had wanted at first, but I am very happy with the size they are now. My surgeon did tell me that like they were going to reduce from the day of the surgery by like 20% in size. I would say right now I probably have like 15% reduction. Like it's like 15% smaller than it was right from the day of surgery. And it'll probably get smaller a little bit because you don't actually see your full results till 6 months post-op. So right now, I would say my left boob is still bigger than my right. They are healing at very different rates. My right boob is healing a lot quicker. I should also mention actually, after surgery, I had nipple feeling on my right boob immediately. Like as soon as I woke up, I touched to because I was really worried about that. So I touched and I had feeling on this boob immediately. This is a whole different story. It was still numb, not just my nipple, but the entire boob was still numb. I still don't have feeling in my nipple on my left boob. I still don't, but I'm regaining feeling just around. So I think I'm fairly confident that it will come back, I hope. But besides that, everything a-okay. The incisions healed beautifully. Like you could barely see the scars on my boobs. I am very, very happy. He did an amazing, amazing job with the incision. With my arm, you can kind of see, you can see it. At the moment, I'm not using any specific scar cream. I only use bio oil on my incision, on my boobs, on my arm. I use that every day. And I started using that after using the antibiotic cream, which you start using the antibiotic cream 10 days after the day you get your bandages changed for 4 weeks. Then you could go on to using scar cream or whatever. I chose to go for bio oil, so I've been using bio oil since then. And honestly, you can still see the scars on my arm, but I'm telling you, if I can like put a picture that's kind of blurred a little bit up of my boob incision, you can barely see a thing. You can barely see a thing. Beautiful job. I am so, so, so happy with my results and the job that my surgeon did. I would 1000% recommend him. I would. He's not much of a people person, but he knows what he's doing. He knows what the hell he's doing. 100% recommend. Of course, everybody's experience is different. Everybody's experience is different. Just because mine went a certain way doesn't mean yours will go that way, but it helps to know that your surgeon at least knows what he's doing. It helps to know that your surgeon has done good work before. It gives you more confidence, and you need confidence going into do surgery. I feel like even mindset affects the way your body reacts during surgery. I feel like being comfortable with what you're doing and the decision you're making will also play a part in how your body reacts to surgery and after surgery and so on and so forth. I think that's it. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. I hope not. I took notes and never even really used them. Let me just look through real quickly. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. You still have like um the opportunity to talk to like your coordinator. I believe a year after surgery or so, like I still have um access and conversations with my coordinator, not the surgeon exactly. I haven't spoken to my surgeon since the day of the checkup, but if I have any questions, I am able to ask my coordinator, who can then ask the surgeon and get back to me. I haven't had much reason to ask questions because from my research, I kind of knew what to expect. I kind of knew what the process would be. So I haven't had much questions. I haven't had anything weird or unusual happen. Even like the difference in healing, from watching videos and reading up, I already knew that that was possible. I knew that some people that does happen. So I kind of know that it's somewhat normal. So that gives me like comfort as well. So what I would say, do your research. Do your research. Make sure you know all the possibilities, what can happen, what cannot happen. A lot of it can be scary, and of course everybody's body is different, but I genuinely believe that knowing is better than not knowing and then freaking out when it happens. Just know what you're doing, know who you're going to see, do your research so that you're comfortable with your doctor, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so that's it for me for now. If you have any questions, if there's something I'm forgetting or whatever, you can ask on my Instagram, on TikTok, here in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. Yeah, I think that's it. There's nothing much else to say. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And I know I've been gone on here for a while. I'm coming back like, yeah, I got surgery. Guys, I have an excuse. I have not just one excuse. I have excuses for why I have been missing for so long. Ooh, life has been ghetto. Life has been ghetto. But I'm planning to make a comeback. I am planning to make a comeback with a subtle rebranding. If you are a subscriber, then you notice the little differences in this video, including my intro, my name, all that kind of stuff. I'll probably give like a quick update in my next video, which will probably be a vlog or something, and I can do like a quick. I don't want to do like a sit down update because nothing really that deep or not that much information that I want to share anyway. But a few things, no, a lot of things have changed. A lot of life updates, which I will talk about at some point or in the next video or whatever. It's not gonna be like a sit down, but I'll give you a little 1-2-1-2. But that's it for this video. Again, if you have any questions, ask me. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Of course, follow my TikTok, follow my Instagram, especially TikTok. I'm blowing up on TikTok. Okay, I'm blowing up on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. All that good stuff. Let me know what else you want to see. Like if there's something you want me to talk about, you want to see, let me know and I can make it happen. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one.